Hey guys, it's Infamous Mal here with What If Deku had Randy Cunningham's mask, part 7. Now, fair warning, I don't have a script today, so this video might be a little bit off, but hopefully it comes out good. But not important. Let's start the video already. So after female Todoroki or Shota confessed her newfound feelings for Deku, they get a little on edge because now he has to fight Kachan, and now he has to deal with that later. But as Deku gets ready, Yuka asks him, "How are you gonna fight Kachan?" Deku's like, "I might have an idea, but I'm not sure it's gonna work." And Yuka says, "Hopefully it does work." But as Deku walks outside, Mr. Mike saying, "Now it's our final battle. This battle will decide who will get first place and who will get second." And as Kachan's standing there, he says, "Just so you know, you damn nerd, I'm not gonna go any easy on you. I'm gonna kill you." Deku's like, "Ah, nice." As Deku gets ready himself, okay, this has to work. And then Aizawa says, "Go!" And Deku just drops 40 smoke bombs. Kachan's like, "That's not gonna work on me, you damn nerd." He starts blowing everywhere, blowing the ground near him, because he's trying to make sure Deku can't sneak around him. But as he's doing this, Deku's thinking, okay, how this has to work. But then, Deku then says, "Hydro punch!" He then shoots a huge stream of water, but instead of at Kachan, shoots it in air. Kachan's like, "What?" But this isn't a normal stream. Then Deku says, "Frostbite." He then shoots a mist of snow in air, which turns the water into snowflakes. As everybody asks, "What the heck is he doing?" And Aizawa says, "He's weakening his enemy." Deku then says, "Hydro punch." He then Hydro and frostbite punch or something. He then shoots the floor. The entire floor turns to ice. And Kachan's like, "What are you doing, you damn nerd?" But as Kachan's trying to melt the floor with sparks, he's barely able to create any sparks. Kachan's like, "What?" So Deku says frostbite mist. He then puts the entire area in some sort of fog, like frozen mist, like fog but cold. As Kachan asks, "What? How?" But then Kachan sees a shuriken. He barely dodges it. But as the shuriken hits the floor, it blows up and engulfs the area in ice. Kachan barely dodges it. But he's like, "What are you doing?" Mr. Mike's like, "What is he doing?" Saga says, "Isn't it obvious?" Kachan quirks of revolves on his sweat, so he can't generate any sparks. Then he can't really fight back. He still has his strength in combat, but Deku is way surpassed him in combat techniques. And Kachan's like, "I don't matter how much you freeze my eyes, or if I can't use my explosion, I'll destroy you, damn nerd. Just die." But as Kachan tries to move, he's slipping. And Deku just lifts up his foot and spikes appear on his foot. And just sticks into the ground. So he's moving perfectly. As Kachan tries to punch, he instantly sees that Deku dodges and socks him in the jaw. He's like, "Oh, you damn nerd." But before he can react, Deku jump in air and flip before doing a one blade kick on top of his head, making him bite his tongue. But as he says, "You're not gonna win this, you damn nerd." Every time he tries to do a punch, Deku just right hooking. He's just dodging. And that's when Kachan's like, "That's it." He then tries to generate one huge explosion, even though despite the code, the minute he does, he hears ice bomb. He then sees Deku throw ice bomb right at his palm in his hand, where he creates a spark. And the small explosion he was to create turns into ice and his hand falls. Like, "What? You damn bastard! Before he can respond, he says, Kachan, you need to control your damn anger. He then punches him and sends him flying. And since he's on ice, he starts rolling, or like more like sliding. Then as he tries to get up, he barely stops himself. But as Kachan says, damn bastard, he hears, because if you don't stop your anger, you never become a true hero. He then sees Deku knee him in the face, which knocks him out and actually knocks him out of the ring. And as Prince Mike says, did he just destroyed him? That kid who'd been wrecking it, but even that girl earlier just got his ass whooped. And as says, language, Prince Mike. Prince Mike's like, you gotta be kidding me, he defeated him perfectly. This kid's on a pro level. And as says, you're right. For now, he's still a student. A student that won the UA Sports Festival. That's when Midnight says, UA Sports Festival winner is now Uzuku Midoriya. And as she goes up, she tries to walk on the ice, but she's like, nah, I'm not going up there. Come to me, Deku. That's what Deku does. She then lifts his hand up, says, and everybody starts cheering. Some people are like, that was kind of a letdown. But other people are like, that was so badass. He's so smart. But somebody else is watching, Shigaraki and All For One and the sorcerer somehow. They're like, and the sorcerer says, many times I've seen many different versions of the ninja. But this one, he might actually be a threat. He seems to be one of the smartest ones and most determined. All For One says, this kid is dangerous. Says, I want his mask after we free you. And the sorcerer says, as long as you don't try to betray me, you can keep it. She says, this power is dangerous, it's powerful. This kid is a real threat. But they're not the only ones watching. Endeavor's also watching. Like, this kid, he's smiling. Like, his eyes is probably stronger than Breeze. And his brilliance. This kid is the ultimate weapon. He's just smiling. Another thing, this young Midoriya expected much from you, but this wasn't even a fight. This was just a slaughter. His instincts. If he accepts one for all, he might become a monster. But after that fight, we cut to the what's the word? Medal giving stuff. When Midnight gives the medals, All Might. And he says, I'm here to give away medals. He sees that Tsurugi is kind of okay with himself. He's just there. He's just there on the side. He's third place this time. Like, I should have done better. I didn't expect to be Midoriya now. But I should at least beat Kachan. He didn't say he fought Kachan and lost. She fought Kachan, she lost, I keep on saying he, I mean she. She said she. But she got third place. Kachan is freaking pissed. He got second. He's trying to break out. It's like, find me, Deku, find me. And Deku says Hydro Punch. And Kachan just gets encoded in like a small, small layer of ice. Where he's still alive and not really hurting him, but he can't generate sparks. And he just says, I'm very proud of you, Midoriya. I expect a great hero from you. He then word stick with the middle. And Shoto or Todoroki, I cannot pronounce, I'm sorry. She actually laughed with Deku. He was like, he did good. But we now cut to the next day. Because like, many things. UA is never peaceful. Next day, Aizawa says, okay, like most people knew, the sports festival was for pros to scout. And as you can tell, most people were scouted out more than others for certain reasons. But as he turns on a board or something, it reveals that most people got average scores. Like Tsurugi got like 400, Kachan got like 200 because he's a psychopath. Everybody else got like around 50 or like 70. But Deku got over 2,000. I shouldn't remember the numbers. I know some of them were pretty high, but Deku got the highest. And he was like, cool. He sees that there's Hawks, Endeavor, Miracle, Mount Lady, Endeavor. Even even, what's the word, Night Eye, Sir Night Eye. There are some heroes he actually hasn't heard of. But as Deku's thinking himself, I should probably tell All Might before I slept. Deku has actually come up for his answer, because All Might asked him if he wants one for all. And Deku actually said that. And Deku said he thinks about it, but after a while, he decided he's going to ask for it. So as Deku walks to All Might's room, All Might says hi. Deku tells him he wants one for all. And All Might's actually a little worried now. He didn't expect Deku to be so strong. And he says, how buff are you, young Midoriya? Deku's like, Deku just takes off his shirt. And he's like, he's pretty strong. And guys, Deku's been working out because he just wanted to make sure in case he uses the mask. So, he's actually slightly less buffer than he was in the original canon. Like, he didn't push himself beyond the limits. He was moderate, since he didn't have to go beyond plus ultra. But he's still pretty buff. I feel like in like 2 or 1 more month, he would reach the beginning of the anime version. And it says, fine, I'll give you one for all. But you must go beyond your limit. You must work out more. And you must go to a certain person for your internship. And Deku's like, who? Nomura says, my old teacher. Deku's like, wait, are you worried? Nomura's like, no. Deku's like, you're scared. Nomura's like, no, just go. I'll give you the quirk later. Just go. Deku's like, okay. Let's leave. Almost like, maybe with his agility, maybe he can beat him. And he's like, nah, he's gonna lose. But after they get alone, Omid explains the origins once for all, how to give it, and etc. Deku actually takes it. And this time, since he doesn't have to like use on a spot when he didn't during the entrance exam, he actually gets a few seconds to learn how to use it before. He learns that doing a punch and stuff is gonna straight up break your arms. So luckily he has art of healing. But still, Deku thinks, okay, I need to figure this out better. But as he goes to Gran Torino, I forgot his name for a second. He goes to Gran Torino. So the minute he walks in, he sees him on the ground with some sort of red stuff. He's like, oh crap. He says, art of healing. But as he uses it, Gran Torino gets up and he's like, I wasn't dead, but I still feel I feel like 5 years older, 5 years younger. It's like, oh, my bones are so limber now. It's like I had a good stretch. It's like, art of healing on a normal healthy person, just good stretch, I guess. But as Antonio says, so you're the kid, huh? He goes like, yep. Antonio's like, where's your costume? He goes like, he pulls up the mask. Antonio says, oh, so it is just a mask you can just put on automatically. He then says, put the mask on, kid. He goes like, okay. As Deku puts the mask on, Grantion's like, charge at him. And Grantion's like, this kid is, I don't expect much from him. He just barely got one for all. And he probably doesn't know how to use it, but he does have past agility and strength, so he could be useful. But the minute he thinks that, he sees a punch coming right at him, and he barely dodges it. It's like, this kid is surprised that I dodge. But before he can respawn, he sees the punch turn directions and almost hit him. So he uses his jets and jumps into a wall. That's when he says, this kid is hella fast. But as he charges at Deku, he's like, I need to go aim for the gut. But the minute he does, Deku jumps out dodges out of the way. It's kind of angelic. He does it like Night Eye does. He's like, what? That's when he feels his back get grabbed, and he gets thrown into and he gets launched into a wall. Before he hits a wall, he sticks the landing and says, this kid, he's actually dangerous. So he stops jumping around, he starts jumping around. And he's like, okay, I need to figure this way out. Because like, he's fast. I can maybe protect his moves if he's coming towards me or moving a certain pattern, but this is hectic. I don't see no pattern. And Master says, he thinks himself, I need to make it limit his movements. Maybe surprise him? So Deku thinks. He then throws a smoke bomb. Like, hey, don't use that in my house. He's like, what does that smell? It smells horrible. But then he sees Deku appear to smoke. And he jumps. And he charges Granchino. Granchino barely dodges. But he's like, you're too slow, kid. But as he tries to kick Deku, his foot goes right through him and Deku turns into a mist. He's like, what? And Deku hears, new move, shadow clones. He then sees Deku's scarf come right at him and grab his foot. Like, what? Impossible. He then sees get launched into a wall. He's like, damn it. Because yeah, my foot I can change direction. But then he sees Deku. He's like, but then before he can respawn, he sees a blade to his neck. And Granchino says, this kid can actually be fun. He tries to get up and says, I have to admit, kid, you did that pretty awesomely. I didn't know you can deplete yourself, or make those shadow clones, whatever you call it. And you're pretty good at dodging, you're pretty fast. And he then asks, how much one for all did you use? Deku says, I didn't use any, so far it just breaks my bones. That's when Granchino says, he didn't use one for all? Then thinks, this kid, he's gonna become a monster. But because he just used his raw skill and talent. Particularly, he doesn't know the math, but he thinks this was raw skill and talent. He then thinks, no wonder I gave this kid his one for all. He's always strong without it. That's when Granchino says, so I guess we have to figure out one for all, huh? And Deku's like, yes. So Granchino's like, fine. First, we need to lunch. Go make me some sort of fish crochet or something, whatever it's called. Like, sure. But he does it. Nano is glowing, and Granchino says, what is that? And he's like, oh, I didn't tell you? Granchino's like, no. He then says, oh, it's sort of like a guide for me. Usually, when music gives me some sort of search and advice or something like that, or warn me, usually it tells me. And he's like, okay, then check it out. And Deku's like, okay, but warn you, my body is like life is when I use it, so keep it safe. So as Deku presented it, Granchino's like, he basically sees Deku's soul get sucked out and gets sucked into the book. Granchino's like, what the hell? But as Deku lands in the book, he's like, he sees a drawing of All Might punching. And Deku's like, oh, cool. But he then sees a man in some sort of quadri. He sees the man punch a stone wall. He breaks his hand. When he sees the man punch a person, perfectly normal. That's when it shows a man punching a wall and punching a pillow. Deku's like, I don't get. Then Naoki says, too much force will also damage the user or the attacker. He was like, wait a second, too much force, attacker. My body couldn't handle the power. If I limit my strength with my punches, I could change it. But then Naoki says, a true ninja uses his entire body as a weapon. Because he didn't see the ninja throw a punch when it catches it, but the ninja just does a scissor grab and knock them into the ground. And then Deku thinks, I get it now. I need to use my entire body and limit the amount of strength I use. Thank you, Nomicon. Deku then leaves the Nomicon. And Granchino's eating his crocheting. He's like, so what did the book tell you? Deku says, the book basically told me how I can master one for all. And he's like, wait, what? Deku's like, oh, need to limit the power. He then says, 50%. And the clothes start ripping up, but they repairing itself. He then says, 30%. And he was like, what? He then says, 25, 15, 10, 5. He then sees Deku bolt across the room and start bolting everywhere. That's when Granchino says, he's mastering one for all so quick. He says, what does that book have? Maybe All Might should have used it when he was younger. Too bad he didn't have that thing. He's jumping a wall to wall. Granchino says, gotta make, kid, with how you're doing so far, you probably already as strong as All Might. That should be a real threat, kid. He then laughs and says, so let's get back to fighting. As they start training, we cut to a couple days later. We cut to Granchino and Deku both panting. But they get up, they say, okay, we need to go to host, I believe it was. He was like, why for? He's like, for patrol. Deku's like, sure. But as they ride the train, Deku's meditating. And Gran Torino says, so what are you doing, kid? Like, I'm trying to learn some new moves. And he says, what do you mean? He says, my moves can expand. Basically anything a ninja can do. So that chick was illusion. Basically, shadow clones. Like, so far only created like around 2 or 3. But they're just shadows. They can't do any damage, but they can't be damaged. They can be damaged. They can't do damage, but can be damaged. I don't know why I was having such a hard time saying it. And Gran Torino says, interesting. He then says, what move are you learning now? He shouldn't say some sort of move called Danger Scent. How some ninjas have been trained to detect danger. I'm trying to figure out how to do it myself. So in other words, I might get a second or 2 reaction, which can make a large difference in the fight. Gran Torino says, wise. But as like you're thinking, he gets like a prick, and he thinks, duck. He then gets Gran Torino and dodges. Then sees some sort of Nomo. It was like, not this again. Then says, ninja strike or wobblen slice. He then cut the Nomo's head and cut the Nomo in half. And Gran Torino says, "Kid, what are you doing?" Like, I fought this thing during the USJ. He can heal. He then sees Gran Torino, then sees the thing heal. Like, you don't say it. You don't mention. Gran Torino says, well, you can't fight it. I'll deal with it. You need a license, yes, so you can't fight it. He then tackles the Nomu out of the car pre-healing. It was still taking the healing. He's able to take it down pretty quick. He's moving around. Dick was like, no, if I'm able to put a fair fight against you, then I can put out fair fights against these jerks. The kid then jumps out of the train, but he does it angelically. He jumps to roof. He does a parkour the way down. It's basically, he parkours. But the kid thinks, okay. Need to think. There's Nomos, and etc. Then thinks, wait a second. He remembers a couple of days ago, I was talking to the leader about his brother, and etc. Think he was hurt by the hero killer. And then he remembers hearing the hero killer has been seen around Hosa. Think to himself, he was thinking the leader might have gone to Hosa or something to go after the hero killer. So what if? Dick was like, no. He then jumps to roof. He's like, I was searched the area for Lita, and if I see any Noahs, I take them down. But he's looking around. He actually finds Stain. He actually finds Lita and Stain pretty quick. Like, I knew it. And Stain says, so, you're that ninja kid, huh? I've actually been looking forward to fight you. We both use blades. He's like, your blade is nothing compared to mine. And Stain says, well, let's see, kid. He says, I hate to do this, but you hate to fight you, kid, but I'll let you live. Unlike your friend over there in that fake hero, as he points to injured Lead-Eye. And what's the thing? His name was Native? Yeah, Native. He says, unlike those heroes, you're a real one. These are 2 fakes. He says, let's brawl, kid. But he charges at Deku. Deku jumps through a wall and tries to kick him, but Stain blocks. He's like, you're a pretty good kid. But as he tries to use his blade and try to stab Deku, Deku pulls his blade out and blocks it. Stain says, you're pretty good at blade, kid. Stain then jumps through a wall and tries to swing on Deku. They're like, Tango Blade. The blade then hits up, and then out of nowhere, freaking the Hero Hunter or something. Yeah, the Hero Killer. I don't know why I'm saying Hero Killer Hunter. I meant Hero Killer, not Hunter. So I've been watching too much One Punch Man. But the Hero Killer tries to strike. He sees his blade go right through Deku's, or more like Deku's goes right through his. As he looks around, he sees the top half of this blade come falling to the ground. When he looks at his blade, he sees the part where it was cut. It's been melted. Then Deku says, you pressed? Call it my 100 degree katana. So hard I can't do anything. Deku then puts it against a wall and the bricks start melting. Or the bricks start getting cut like ease. That's when the hero killer says, damn kid, I'm impressed. Wish I had a blade like that. But he tries to throw shurikens at Deku. Deku does something else. He pulls out a two-sided blade. Sort of like Thanos' blade, but smaller and skinnier. They're spinning around. And you see the Shuriken's leader get knocked to the side or get cut in half, missing Deku. Like, this kid, he's dangerous, I gotta get out of here. And he starts turning him away. The hero killer's thinking, so this is true hero strength, huh? He says, I'm impressed. He's a true hero, like, oh my. He saw the sports as though he knows Deku's a true hero. But he's jumping away. He hears Wind Blade kick. He then sees Deku's foot come right above him and knock him to the ground. It's like, what? Impossible. But he tries to get up. He tries to kick Deku. See, Deku just appeared. He then sees around him. He sees Deku jumping anywhere, using Gran Torino's fighting style. And in one throw, thanks to Namakon, he learned it pretty quick. He thinks himself, this kid, I didn't expect him to be so strong. Yes, before he can respond, he hears Tango Wind Punch. He then sees a flaming tornado punch come right at him and knock him into a wall. And as he lands there, he thinks himself, this kid, he just smiles and says, he'll become a true hero, and falls to the ground. But as he falls, the leader's like, not possible. He says, I couldn't defeat him. But he defeated him 30 seconds? No, it'd be 15. And Leader says, Deku, how'd you get so strong? And Izuku says, that's just the way of the ninja. We then cut to Izuku walking out. And since he did that pretty quick, he didn't need to call Shoto or anything. And so Endeavor and Shoto are still fighting almost. And Gran Torino hasn't even finished fighting his. Fighting the one in his path. So there's actually nobody looking for them. But he walk out with Leadeye Native being carried on its back, and Hero Stater being tied up with Deku's scarf. The hero screech. That's when they see Flying Nomo charge at him. That Endeavor's chasing. Shoto and Endeavor say, "Hey, is that the ninja? Is that the ninja kid Deku?" But as it charges at him, Deku just pulls his blade out and just cuts it in half. That's when Endeavor says, "What? Impossible!" And Endeavor's like, "I knew this kid was strong, and I saw him." And says, "Hey kid, since we're in hero business now, why don't you tell me your hero name?" Because when Deku remembers when Midnight told them to make their hero names, then remembers Deku walking in front and saying, and telling Endeavor, his name is Deku, the ninja of Japan. And Endeavor's like, this kid ain't half bad. But guys, I'm gonna end it here, and tell me if you're impressed with how badass Deku is becoming. Like, his ninja blade is cutting through freaking hero killer's blades. And not to mention, he's doing Naruto shadow clones, which is basically making Naruto jealous. I'm just joking. But I think I'm going to end the video here. But before I leave, don't forget to check out the Discord, like and subscribe, and yeah, and also check out my Instagram. But also remember to be happy, so you can go, or remember, I don't know, I'm bad at, I need my script to do intros, I don't know what outros I mean. Basically just check out my Discord and subscribe, so you can go beyond Plus Ultra. But for now, peace out.